Hello, buddy. Welcome. I'm the Strategy Professor, and today we're going to be doing another coaching session. We're going to be looking at a Silver 3 Janna, I believe. Yes, another Silver 3 Janna game. Thank you so much to TX Maverick. We know him very well from Members Night. Awesome guy. Very cool. Longtime supporter of the channel. So we're going to do another replay from Maverick. Now, the OP.GG has been acting squirrely this patch. And unfortunately, I think it only has the last 14 days worth of games, and I believe this one was like on the 15th day or something or other, so I cannot see the precise OP.GG. So I'm just going to talk about generalities here. I can look at the runes in-game, and I can tell you that you weren't running AP runes this game, which is something that I recommend. Let me just look really quick. So this is what the game's going to be all about. It's going to be Janna Vayne against Leo Jinx in the game. And then they're going to have Orianna, Hecarim, and Malphite. So they have a pretty nasty team fight going on there, especially with the Leona engage. And then you've got Kennen, Warwick, Lux, and then Vayne and Janna. So there's not as much clarity to the team comp here. You can kind of team fight with Lux and Kennen. You can kind of have sort of a split pick comp with Warwick and Vayne. But it just does not have as much of a cohesive purpose as this one, which is obviously going to be like big engaged team fight comp. Now, if we look at Janna here, it looks like you are running armor runes. Quite a few armor runes. Like that might even be armor quints plus some armor yellows. No HP. No ability power. Possibly move speed. So I don't know the runes for sure, like I said, because I can't see it. So I'll just tell you just some generality what I would go with Janna's runes if you want to. So in this lane, you always want to go armor reds. Typically you'll want to go health yellows, just flat health yellows, especially against the Leona because she's very dangerous early on. And then magic resist blues because Leona does a decent chunk of magic damage when you fight her. And then AP quints. The AP quints will make your shield stronger in the early game. And as long as you stay out of Leona hook range, then that'll help you defend Vayne better. You can go something like Armor Quints, that's fine. But the problem with that is if they don't hit you, which they shouldn't be that much if you're Janna, then you can't really transfer that power to Vayne at all. Whereas with the AP, you can either shield yourself or you can shield Vayne. So that transfers the power much better. So that's what I would go. You can also run like gold yellows if you want to as Janna, just to help you get to your Ardent Sensor faster. But it is very dangerous to do against the Leona Lynx. That's going to make you really squishy. You might be running the gold runes here. Actually, now that I think about it, you might be running like armor reds. You don't have magic. I don't know what you're doing for blues, though. That's the thing, because you don't have any magic resist on your blues either. You don't have... I can't tell if you have CDR or not. But you can run gold yellows and gold quints for about 5 extra gold per 10, which will let you get your Ardent faster. So maybe you're running the gold quints, which is okay. You just have to be very careful because if Leona fights early, at least she doesn't have Ignite. But if she fights early, that could be a problem. So those are your two options, really. You can go for the safer magic resist blues with the layout I just described, or you could go for the gold if you want to. I would probably go for the blues. I think the gold would be a little greedy. You can also go AP blues and AP quints, but since you're not that much of an aggressive lane, then I would probably go for either the gold or the magic resist. You want to try to aim for at least one control ward every 5 minutes. I'm not sure how many you buy by the end, but we'll see as the game unfolds. A good build order, I don't know your build order, we'll see as it unfolds, but you should most of the time go Oasis, Ardent, that's almost always automatic, and then Redemption probably after that is what you should get. You can get Mikhail's if you want. That will be good for clearing away Leona's stun. It does not help against Malphite's knockup. It would help a little bit against Orianna, but when it pulls people in, that's airborne as well, I'm pretty sure, so it won't cleanse that. So it might help against Leona. Athene's Unholy Grail is actually pretty good on Janna to get bigger shields as well, especially in a kind of team comp where they're going to blow people up. Having that extra AP can be really useful on your ult to deal a ton of extra healing. So, or to dish out a ton of extra healing. I don't know. Dealing sounds like a strange verb there, but I think a good place to go would be Oasis, Ardent, Redemption. Probably Mikhail's, and then Athene's as your last item. I just put some math there, because people always ask, Athene's, why would you go with Athene's on Janna? She doesn't do much damage. That's true. It's not as good on Janna as it is on Sona, but it's still a pretty good item in many situations. But because they have so much crowd control, I think that Mikhail's is probably the better option there. Okay, so you're likely going to have to play the lane pretty passively, as I said before. You want to rush Oasis, try to ward as much as you can. So you're not going to have that much power in your lane. You're going to get dominated most likely early on. So go ahead and donate your river or your pink up river to help the mid laner out. Both teams should be relatively even later. Kennen's going to be better at splitting, but Malphite with his teleport engages can be very strong. Just be sure to sweep your flank or sweep wards and watch your flanks. Either Malphite or Hecarim is. Both of those can be a problem. Now, I'm not sure if this is a win or a loss either, because I haven't seen the op.gg. I would say I think they're slightly favored, especially at bronze and silver, at that sort of bracket, because they have a much easier execution threshold on their comp. And we'll go ahead and get in here as I talk about that. Go ahead and get started. So they have a much better execution threshold, and what that means is that their team's just more likely to do what they want it to do. It's just easier to pull off. Usually the sort of just group up, engage, and fight comps are the most straightforward, easy comps to play, because it's very obvious. When Malphite goes in, people know what to do. When Hecarim goes in, people know what to do. They fight. These kind of split pick potential comps are much harder. People have to actually have map knowledge. Split pushing is way, way harder than team fighting to do it correctly. So, you know, for example, your team's going to have to not get caught if Kennen ends up splitting, right? If Warwick's trying to go around and pick people in the jungle or rotate to kill people who are out of position, then you're going to have to help your team, like, not get caught. So once again, your team doesn't really... Like, you can group fight. Like, Kennen can obviously group and fight as well. I just don't think you're going to do it as well as they do. So you're probably going to have to split with either Vayne or Kennen or both. Huh. Okay. Alright, well, that helps out. Having a Jinx AFK for a little bit. She's not that far. I mean, it's bad, but Vayne's pushing, so she actually doesn't miss that much. She probably missed like half a wave or something. You guys should have zoned there, most likely. Instead of pushing. I guess you didn't know she was going to be AFK. So yeah, it's not that bad. It's not game deciding, certainly, at silver. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward just a little bit here. This probably is going to be a farm off. Don't use your tornado like that. Okay, good. Unless you thought that Leona was about to go in. You really have to save your tornado for Leona when she tries to E. And you have to do it very quickly, because sometimes if you tornado late when Leona's going to E, then she can get close enough to hit you with her Daybreak shield anyways. You want to align yourself in a straight line with Vayne here, because if Leona comes out of this bush, you want to be like right next to her so that you can hit her with the... knock her out of it with the tornado. So you don't want to create a triangle. I talked about this in another recent Janna video. You don't want to have a triangle action where like you're here and Vayne's here and then Leona tries to go for the Vayne, because then you're going to have to try to hit your tornado at a diagonal angle instead of hitting it straight on. Which can be much more challenging. So in other words, you want to be either between or directly behind Vayne and Leona. You want to create a straight line between the three of your characters so that you can throw your tornado. It's good and have a much higher chance of knocking Leona out of her engage. So don't just wander around like you know, Vayne like that. You know, you want to be pretty lined up with her most of the time. Yeah, go stop that, go stop that. No, fight him, fight him. Okay. Okay, yeah, you're doing the right thing. Stick on him. Okay, well, they just goofed up big time there. Oh, okay, nice. Good shield. Yeah, they goofed up big time. Hecarim can't really do dragons that early. He doesn't have sustain. Like, the reason that Warwick can do dragons that early is because of his Q. Warwick can start doing them around level 4. There are some junglers that can do them really quickly. Hecarim's not one of them. So yeah, that was pretty bold of them to try that. So yeah, so y'all should have a pretty good advantage here, I think. Alright, so I would upgrade coin, get like a pink ward, maybe a couple fairy charms. Yeah, perfect. Missing the pink. Boots. Okay. I would say, actually, I would not get one of these fairy charms. I would just get one fairy charm and then get a pink and a, maybe just a pink or two extra. You always want pinks. If you have, like, any possibility, if it's just a small item that you can drop, like a fairy charm, because Janna doesn't burn through mana that fast in lane, typically. If it's just a small item, you always want to get the pink ward. And so where I'm talking about, when I'm talking about donating your pink, I want you to put it right here. If you don't think they're going to be up and down this river sweeping it very often, put it right here. If you do think that they're going to come up and down the river a lot, then put your pink ward right here. This is a good place that almost nobody searches, and it gives you very similar vision to right here. So you can just put it right on the edge of this plant, or this brush, and it'll see a lot of that. And the reason I would put it up that far is because I don't think you're going to have lane domination. You are ahead by a good chunk now, but I still think they're stronger at this juncture. If you're in a strong lane, you can put it here to shut out their vision. But if you're in a lane where you're going to be behind, you still want to use your pink because it's a very powerful resource, but you just want to put it somewhere relatively safe where it's not going to get cleared, and that's why I was suggesting these places. If your mid lane is dominating and they can protect this bush, then this is the best place to put it. Lux is doing pretty well, but if the jungler comes, they're going to see it and they're going to sweep it out. So she already has it in the, she just put one in this bush. But if you had put your pink in that bush, then she could have put hers in this bush, and she would have been supremely safe, as long as she can defend those bushes. But it does risk getting swept out if you do that. It's really good if you have jungler gank pressure to put it there, because it shuts out enemy vision. So that's a pretty good place to put your pinks if you can't control your lane. Although it looks like they're pretty much giving you this lane. I mean, you're not up. Well, actually, you are up a good chunk because you have the BF sword at this point. Although the Leona factor is still strong, I think that she's still quite a bit bigger than you. Especially once she hits 6, you need to be careful. I assume she's probably typing to her team or something here. Oh, let me take off the forgot the fog of war. This is my first replay review of the day. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to write down as something to work on. Just align yourself with Vayne. And if people are wondering, when I look aside like this, and I'm like, I had someone in another video say that, you know, they liked a lot of my content, but they were disappointed with this one random VOD they watched, and the reason they cited was because they said I was looking away from the screen a lot and I was disengaged. I'm not actually disengaged. Let me just pause this really quick and show you what I do, because I think people might get confused about this, and then we'll go ahead and carry on. But just since I'm on this point, I just want to show you like how this works. So I'm going to look at this just to make sure you can see it. All right. This is what I do Okay, as I go through, you probably can't read a lot of that, but I take notes on the games, and then at the end, I add those notes to the Google Doc. Okay, so I'm not like looking away from the game, like watching, you know, watching TV or something, right? I'm looking, whenever I look away, it's because I'm taking physical notes, and then to help remind me what to talk about at the end of the game. So, you know, I just want to be clear about that because I think someone was confused about that in a comment to a prior video. So for new viewers here that aren't, you know, may not have watched my other content, that's what I'm doing, is I'm taking notes. All right. Yeah, you really needed to have your... You don't have a sight stone yet, so... Okay, you got out of it, but... Yeah, when your wards are down, especially against Hecarim, he's such a good flanker. She should have knocked him back. Okay, keep going. Yeah, Warwick should help you turn this. Okay, good. Okay, good. I assume you probably have enough for Sightstone. You need to go back pretty soon. Like, I would just push this in. Well, you did get hurt really low. I would call for a dive potentially here. Like, I don't know. It's risky to dive without wards though. Yeah, I would just push it in. She probably backed. So what you want to do here is charge your tornado and then let the tornado fly through all of these just to help her wave clear. There you go, but do like a full charge tornado before you do that. And auto attack. Auto attack these minions. Especially just like the cannon. Like, don't make it hard for her to last hit, but just hit this like... Should have hit this a couple of times, maybe hit this a couple of times. It just helps her push. So this could have probably been in the tower maybe 3 seconds faster. Yeah, and if you would have done it 3 seconds faster, she would have missed cannon experience, but she got the experience off the cannon. If you would have autoed. Okay, so you should have, like, Eye of the Oasis and Ardent parts. Okay, so you're going straight for Ardent without a Sightstone. And so I assume you are running Gold Runes then if you're doing that. That's okay. I really, really would like to see you get Sightstone. I have tried the Rush Ardent. I'm here to tell you, wards are so powerful, and I've always known that, but especially after like a week and a half of trying it. As soon as I switched back, I was almost Diamond 5 within like a week whenever I switched back to getting Oasis on everybody faster. Now, I did fall after that, as you know. I've seen you on the stream a little bit this week. We've had an unfortunate week, but we'll get back up there. But I don't think that has anything to do with the wards, why I've had a bit of a hard week. But I do think it had a lot to do with my rise up to Platinum 1, 100 LP. Was I went back to getting, I just focused more on vision. Like, yes, Ardent does help, obviously, in this matchup, but you're already crushing this matchup. Go ahead and ult. Okay, good. But vision is what really matters right now, because that helps you protect Dragon, it helps protect Warwick, your mid laner. That'll help you set up for dives, so you can actually get this tower down. I mean, vision is just absolutely crucial. Like, Ardent is powerful stats-wise, Vision is just powerful, like, winning the game-wise. Vision is knowledge, and knowledge is power. I want to say, like, G.I. Joe after that, but... Because I don't G.I. Joe, certainly those cartoons don't come on anymore. They may or may not. I never watched that much of them. They came on at a weird time. I don't remember exactly why I didn't, but I just remember, I'm pretty sure that was like the theme. G.I. Joe. Yeah, you needed to hit that tornado there. Alright, keep running. Don't stand too close. If she rockets you, it'll blow up Vayne. Okay, good. Alright, good. So now you know where Hecarim is. So you should be relaying that information to your team. I didn't see any pings there. So you need to ping that. Excuse me. That's a big part of the vision package. Like vision domination, but also communicating. Okay, good. See, Vayne's doing it. But yeah, like, not only when you see Hecarim right there, but when you see him right here walking and going upriver, you should have spotted that and you should have pinged for mid lane. Because he could have just run straight mid lane without getting the scuttle. And he could have potentially caught that Lux out. So you need to be diligent, watch the minimap. Anytime you see the jungler, ping it. And if you know where they might be going, just ping your lane to go back. Even if you're not sure if Hecarim is going mid lane or whether he's getting scuttle or whatever, just tell your mid laner to get back. Trust me, it's better most of the time just to get people to play safer and play further back in lane. If the jungler is anywhere remotely close to him. Alright, who's strong? Okay, everyone on your team basically has 2 kills. Alright, good. You got the Ardent. Now, River's not warded, so y'all need to be careful. Hecarim could come rolling up. Alright. Okay, good. Okay, he's top lane. Ooh, that canceled auto, though. It's gross. Okay, so you need to get this. Tell Warwick to get down here right now. Tell him to come get this dragon. There's not. He actually literally doesn't have any camps. I guess he has Gromps or whatever golems, but you need to tell him to get down here. So as soon as you kill them and get them to run out of the lane, ping dragon like 3 times and ping assist on it. Say, let's get dragon, get dragon. We're strong bot. We're strong bot. Like just tell that to the enemy or to your not to the enemy team, but tell that to your team. He's just wasting his time up here. Like, he's getting counter jungled by Hecarim. Who cares, you know? It could have been a free dragon. Because he was walking from base, and he had a choice where to go. And he's probably just sitting there chilling, listening to some music, you know, like, talking to his roommate or something, not paying attention to... And he's just on autopilot. That's how a lot of players are. They're not really thinking about what the best play is. They're just sort of walking through and just walking into plays, you know? It's like, oh, okay, I'm close. I guess I could gank this. That type of thing, you know? So you want to be telling them 2 or 3 steps ahead of time what to do. Lux just used her laser. And now he's like, Lux, why don't you do something? It's like, bro, she literally just used her laser right in front of you. Like, I think the laser, like, hit Warwick on the head, didn't it? I mean, let me see. Maybe he didn't see it. No, like, it's literally right in front of Warwick's face when she uses that laser. So he knows it's on cooldown. He knows she doesn't have anything. Like, what's she supposed to do? But anyways, so this is what happens when you don't direct your team. They make bad decisions. Alright, so this is why you need to direct them. You guys should have had this dragon, like, 3 minutes ago. By this point. See, like, you're pinging it now, which is good, but Warwick's dead, and Hecarim's alive. Yeah, and they're going to be here Watch out, Oriana's coming. Y'all need to get out of there. You're about to all die. Vayne is strong, but she's starting to get some Vayne-itis. Yeah, she's getting a case of Vayne-itis. Where she tries to run in and 1v5. Okay, if she catches that, yeah, you can kill him, but alright, so y'all can get it now. How many? 3 are dead. Yeah, get it. Ping it. Who cares about blue buff? It'll be there later. Just get the dragon. What, is she raging out? She didn't get blue buff? Is that... Yeah, this is why you need to close out games quickly. Like, just try to close it out before your team just rages. But yeah, I mean, this is good. So you have the dragon, but once again, you could have had it at this point like 4 minutes ago. But what? Okay, I have no idea. Because now you could have already, like, been almost on your second dragon, you know? This is why it's important to get it early. As fast as you can, because then if you have map advantage, there's going to be more dragons that spawn, and then that gives you even more of an advantage, even faster. You always want to get objectives as fast as you possibly can. And then just keep getting more objectives. Like, you want to close games out. The faster games end, the less likely your team is to throw. She needs to leave. She's going to get caught. Oh, never mind. That's Jinx. Okay. Yeah. So I assume Warwick probably misclicked that. Okay, so let me see here. So I'm going to say get dragon faster when you are ahead. Shot call more to direct team. And I'll replay that fight that's going on over there. Okay, good. You got your Oasis now. Okay, good. You got 3v5 because Leona and Jinx are bottom. If you kill at least 2 of them, you can probably Baron. Oh, not with Vayne dead. You can't. I don't know how many wards you have left, but you should be putting some wards down, like here. Since you're here, just drop wards everywhere. Just drop one here, like here. It's wherever you go. That's something I've been trying to get better about. Wherever you go, just start dropping wards most of the time in the area. Yeah, obviously you don't want to be close enough for that to happen. Yeah, y'all were up quite a lot, but you didn't really leverage your advantage, and now they are coming back and people are starting to act crazy. Where are the pings on Lux? I thought Warwick was going to spam question marker. Yeah, it's rough. His Malphite wasn't even there. Thank goodness he's Malphite and he can't really pressure towers. What do you have now? Working towards redemption? Yeah. Who's strong? Orianna is obviously really strong, yeah. Warwick's pretty strong. Kennen is basically just like totally worthless this game. You need to recognize that. You just understand that when Kennen's around, he's not going to do anything. And the reason I say that is because he's going on-hit Kennen, and that build is nerfed so hard. So he's looking at like a Mobifier guide from, 4 months ago or something. Before it was nerfed. Really? She's using her laser on blue? Or like she's gonna take it. So she just popped her clinch just because she's mad. Now she's gonna what, AFK because Warwick took blue. Now she's just gonna throw a little fit. Okay. And she has Morello's, like she doesn't need blue. I mean, yeah, Warwick should give it to her. She needs it more than he does, but, it's no reason to lose your mind. Like, people just freak out about those buffs. And they really don't matter that much. Like, they're okay. They're not essential to winning the game. Watch out for Leona. Yeah, just play around Vayne. She's your strongest person right now. No, too close, too close, too close. Stay on Vayne, stay on Vayne. Stay behind Vayne. Do not, you're moving way too close. Like, you need to be behind Vayne. You are instrumental to why Vayne can be strong. Okay, shield her, shield her, shield her. Run back, run back. You're gonna die. One more hit, you're gonna die. Get back. Yeah, you're running way, way too close and exposing yourself to, like, free hits. Like, dude, just stay back. Just stay behind Vayne. And Janna's not designed to be sort of a frontliner. Like, you're designed to be behind. Because that gives Vayne the ability to kite back faster because she moves faster as she runs towards you. So that helps her kite backwards if you're behind her. I mean, the same could be said, right, of helping her run forward if you're ahead of her, but she already gets a lot of extra bonus movement speed when she's running towards enemies. She needs help kiting backwards. Oh, dude, if he dies... Yeah, that's about how worthless on-hit Kennen is right now. He's attacking like a 1/3 health Orianna. She doesn't even have ult and she kills him. Oh, yeah. Warwick's gonna tilt after that one, probably. Okay, good saving him, but stay on Vayne. Okay, good. Good bait. Vayne will hopefully get this kill. Yeah, Vayne's your only hope this game at this point, so just play around everything on Vayne. Just make sure she doesn't die. Stay with her, stay with her. Yeah, get this and then run. Too close, too close, too close. No, stay back. Y'all need to leave. You're not going to get this one. I don't think. Maybe, but stay behind her, stay behind her. Okay, so that's a huge thing. It's positioning. Because it helps her run faster because of your passive and because of coin. Once again, you know, I know that seems counterintuitive, right? Like, why would you stay behind your tank? But that is just how Janna is designed. Like, you're giving the most help by staying behind. Because you give that extra move speed. Also, if you're crowd controlled, you can't shield. You know, they can blow you up. You are made of paper. You're just as squishy as Vayne. And you're just as important as Vayne. Because if they don't kill you, and you're peeling Vayne properly, then they're not going to kill Vayne either. So you can still shield her when she gets crowd control, but you can't shield yourself when you get crowd controlled. That's a huge difference. That's why you want to stay back. If you get caught, it's catastrophic, because no one's going to be able to help you hardly. But you can help other people if they get caught. You're too close. Back, 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 back. No, back, back. Back, back. Just get back. Just let him go kill Kennen. Just go push up middle. There needs to be more wards here. I don't know where your wards are. Are these yours? These little globes? Like... Yeah, so since they have Baron, where they're going to go most likely is here. This is the last tier 2. So what you want to do is you want to set up your wards like maybe ward here, and like ward here or something. It's pretty bad that she has to use her laser to try to get blues. Back up. You need to get them back right now. Get them back right now. Hecarim, either Malphite's going to engage or Hecarim's going to run at you. Just don't do it. Kennen just wasted his TP. Like, do not fight this. He's fully committed to split pushing Kennen, although he's going to get slaughtered doing it. But that's, you know, I guess it distracts them and buys your team time to come back. Yeah, force them to dive. I'm really surprised they are going for mid instead of bot, but you need to ward, like ward here. If they want to do that, then ward here and ward here. Shield tower. Shield tower. Yeah, you too close. You need to be like... This is a thing, and this is what I see in a lot of Janna videos. You need to play much, much further back. Like, you do not need to be in range ever of Malphite or Orianna. There's no reason to be. Like, you have 800 range on your shield, which means, like, right now, like, you're up here throwing tornadoes, but just think about it. It's not going to do anything, right? Like, they have Baron-empowered minions right here. Like, all you're doing is you're exposing yourself to getting hit by either Orianna or Malphite. Like, if they want to get you, they need to flash and go specifically for you. Like, they can't get you and somebody else. You have to make them choose. You have to make them choose. Because right here in a second, they're going to get 2 people. They're going to get you and another priority target, and that can't happen. So you have to stay spread out against their team comp. Okay. You charged up the tornado, which is fine. If you want to walk, like, you can charge it, like, here, though, and it would still go through. But yeah, you're too close to the front line. Like, you could stand, like, right here, probably, and still hit Lux with shields, or hit the tower with shields. You could stand, like, right here. And then when they come up on your tower, you need to be standing, like, right here. And just hit the tower, or hit the Lux with shields. Like, you need to be way, way, way back. And then when the Malphite or the Orianna engages, then you ult. You have to make sure that Malphite uses his ult before you use yours, though. Because he can use yours to... or his ult to stop yours. So you look at this position. You're right up front here right now. You're actually ahead of Lux again. You're ahead of Vayne. You don't have Kennen. So you know this is a really bad fight if they take it. And you know Kennen's teleport's on cooldown. So should Kennen be over there right now without his teleport? No, he shouldn't, but he is, you know. So you know it's gonna be a 4v5. You know it's gonna be a really tough fight. So you need to stay really far back. So right now, Malphite could just ult you and kill you right now if he wanted to. Like, Malphite's engage range is about, like, here. You know, he could clip you with his ult. Now, right here, if Hecarim, like, flash ulted and hit all three of you, that would be brutal. Or Malphite, or Leona. I mean, you guys cannot be clustered up like this. Like, I would go over here, honestly. Like, just go right here and start shielding stuff. And that way, this area is not as congested. You have to spread out. See, once again, you're right next to all of them. This is such a juicy target. Malphite's right here. In theory, like, if he ults, he could almost hit all three of you with an ult. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So he gets the main priority target, plus... And they're doing the full combo to you, right? So they get the Hecarim, and then they get the Orianna, and then... Or the Malphite, Orianna, Hecarim combo. And so they're just gonna shatter all of you. And then Leona somewhere in there. Yeah, like, if you weren't hit there, then your ult might have been a little bit more effective, but everyone was too low at that point. And you also didn't use Redemption, so... You know, it stopped you from using a Redemption properly. Like, if you were spread out more, then you could have, you know, Redemption, lock it, and then ulted and maybe save some people. So, you cannot be the person to get hit. Here's Kennen. On hit, Kennen. Feel the terror. Yeah, y'all need to back up. Nah, you're dead. Probably. Maybe not. Okay, good dodge from Vayne. Who's creating that slow field? Just get Dragon. Yeah, just get Dragon. No, just get Dragon. You don't have any waves. Is that only the second Dragon of the game? It's the third. Okay. Okay, now go push this up. Yeah, this feels bad. I don't know. Yeah, okay, good redemption. Kennan's finally, like, taking away the tower. It's good. Yeah. Now you can get backdoored. That's not good. Alright, so now that your backdoor is open, you need to be watching teleports. They don't have anyone that takes the tower that quickly that has a teleport, but just keep that in mind that your backdoor is open here. Oh, flank, flank, flank. Okay, good. Well, they just lost their minds. Yeah, I would have had a Mikhail. I would have probably got Mikhail's instead of Locket. I don't know. Locket's pretty good because they do have a lot of area of effect damage. Don't get hit by that. Don't get hit by that. Yeah, you cannot get close to her. You know Ori's going to blow her ult, so you need to just stand back and just wait. Yeah, if you just didn't get hit by that, then you could have ulted to heal her up, but because you got hit, then it canceled your ult. Wow, alright. Leave him. He's dead. Maybe. No, you're too close. Okay, you got close for Locket. I guess that's fine. Alright. Yeah, Ori didn't have ult anymore. I guess, yeah, it was alright to stay there. I suppose. Alright, y'all gotta keep going now. Don't back. Don't back, don't back, don't back. Everyone's dead. You need to push. Help them get this tower. I really don't like backing right there. I would get the tower and then back. They have 3 people dead. I think that's like 4 hits from dead. I think definitely you want to push that all the way in and get that free tower. 100%. Because then what's going to happen when you take that and then, like, you have a lane pushing in, then someone, like, 1 or 2 people are going to come down here and try to get the farm when it's at their tower, and that would be your opportunity to go up here and get Baron. Back up right now. Back up, back up, back up. Drop a ward here, here, and start Baron, pink. No, 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 no. There's no reason to be here. This is already down. These inhibitors are down. Go get Baron. Your choice is either Baron or tower. Kidden has teleport. No, 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 no. Back up, back up, back up. Back up. Back. Go get this. I'm, like, wanting to ping this so much. Go get this. Like, you don't have to actually do it, but just, like, get them out of their base, and then just, like, stall. And that way, like, the supers can put pressure on their base. No, 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 no. Y'all don't want to fight. It's 4v5. Alright, well, it worked out, but, like, Malphite didn't ult is a big part of that. And Vayne is really strong, too. So, it worked out. I think tactically y'all should have just warded all of this and then backed up to Baron and waited until someone went to go deal with Cannon, and then you get the Baron off of it. Or you just bait them. Catch them out. Either way, when you have 2 inhibitors down, you want to get outside of their base. A lot of times, if Baron's up, to because they're going to have to come out to check and try to deny Baron. Usually if 2 inhibitors are down, there's no way they can defend Baron for 3 minutes while those inhibitors are down. They're going to have to leave, like, 1 or 2 people at the base. Okay, so pretty good overall. I think the macro, it worked out. I think a lot of the reason that it worked out is because your Vayne was super fed, and you're able to win a lot of those fights that otherwise seemed pretty bad. So yeah, pretty good call. In terms of itemization, I think that's alright to get Locket, because Orianna was their main threat. Mikhail's would have been nice, but I also like keeping the control wards. But you got to use them. Like, you got 3 control wards here, right? But there's no wards on the map right now. You know? And I think that, like, you guys were obviously trying to siege middle instead of Baron, which I think you should have tried Baron. But regardless, if you're going to do that, like, you need to put wards, like, here and here. Like, just drop a ward here, here, and then maybe a pink here just to see. This is a very popular bush. Or maybe just, like, a pink here. Or even just go pink the Baron. Like, there's a good chance they don't have wards there, but you need to be using your wards somewhere. So even if you're sieging, like, you can still ward your flanks. Like, you can ward here, you can ward here, you can put a pink, like, over here. You know, just make sure there are always wards on the map somewhere. Okay, let's go ahead and recap. Overall, that's pretty good. It's pretty good, I think. I think the biggest thing to work on, and I see this all the time with other Jannas that I've coached, is positioning. Janna's weird because you want to be behind. You are not an engager, you know, and that makes her unique compared to many other champions, right? Where there are reasons why certain other champions would want to play a little bit further forward, but Janna needs to, like, be really far back most of the time, especially against a team comp like this where they have, you know, 4 different hard engaged champions. You really need to stay in the back, because if you're up front and you get hit by an Orianna ult, a Hecarim ult, a Malphite ult, or a Leona E or ult, then you're going to be in big trouble. So as I said before, like, you can shield, heal, redemption, lock it. You have all these tools in your kit if other people get hit with stuff. But you can't do that if you're the one who gets hit with the stuff. So you need to make sure that you aren't the one. That it's anybody but you who gets hit by these things. Okay. But overall, well played. You did get the Vayne pretty far ahead. And she's the person that really sort of overpowered a lot of that game. With your help, of course. Okay. So... Okay, so I talked about this before. You want to make sure that you're lined up in a straight line with Vayne, Leona, and you, right? That all needs to be in one line so that your tornado has a much higher chance of stopping a Leona E. Leona didn't land very many E's, but she did land a few. So you always want to make sure you're in a line. Whereas if you're in a triangle... Let me pull up a map here and I'll show you. If you're in a triangle, then it makes it a lot harder to hit. So if you're down here, let's say that Vayne's right, like here, like right in the middle, trying to CS, and Leona's right here, right? So Leona's in this straight line with him, and then you are like right here, right? You're just randomly off to the left. If Leona tries to engage here, you have to throw a tornado down here, perpendicular, and that means it has to cross her path at the exact moment when she's at like a certain length on her E. So it's only going to cross through her E path, the straight line of her E. It's only going to just cross right through her path at a certain point, and it has to hit her like at that exact point to knock her out of it. If you're in this kind of triangle formation. But if you're aligned with Vayne, so Vayne's here, Leona's here, and you're also like right here, then you can throw the tornado, and it'll hit Leona at all points during her line where she's going in. Does that make sense? Because anytime they hit the tornado, because the tornado is not like a skill shot in a certain place, it covers all of the area in the straight line where it goes. So if you throw it into a Leona E directly like aligned with it, then it's going to stop the E like 100% as long as you do it fast enough. Like, it can't really miss if you're lined up correctly. So that's how you want to position against Leona in a lane. Okay, another big thing is just pushing your advantage faster. They got back in this game, and it was pretty close, and it really shouldn't have been for a lot of the game. So... Okay, so you need to call for dragon when you're ahead in the bot lane. So whenever you guys, you killed both of them and you were just about to take that tower, remember I said Warwick was just coming out of the base at that point. You could have pinged dragon like 3 or 4 times and said, let's do it, let's do it. Like, bot lane's dead, bot lane's weak. Like, ping the death timers on him. And you probably could have convinced him, instead of going for the golems here, you probably could have convinced him to just go straight down to dragon, and he could have been there fast enough to do it. Then you would have done it, you know, really early, and by the time you ended up getting dragon, that could have actually been your second dragon. So you always want to try to take advantages as fast as you can. So what should have happened was, as soon as you're about to take this down, you're like, okay, let's go get dragon, go get dragon, go get dragon. And you come over here, you get it started. Ideally, you would pink this up, ward on this side, like ward this bush or this bush, and then start taking the dragon. And then Warwick shows up when it's about halfway dead, helps you finish it off, kills it, back, ping middle, rotate middle, tell Warwick to drop his thing or whatever here. I think he dropped it here. I think it was a mistake, but you know, tell everybody to just go middle, push this tower down, and then just go from there. If you need to go push top down. Since you already had dragon, you're free to rotate top to try to push that if you want to. Whereas if you didn't get this dragon and you tried to push top, then the enemy could go get the dragon. So what you always want to do kind of in this early mid game, especially once you get the tower down, is push the lane up. So just get the lane pretty far up and get objectives. So like right here, you get tower, you get dragon, you back. You try to go mid lane, push it in. If bot lane starts like getting up to about right here and is threatening your tower, then just ping back, rotate down here, clear this out, push them up to like right here, and then make another play at mid. Then eventually they have to choose, you know, do they come down here and get this farm bottom lane, or do they try to defend middle? If they don't defend middle, and there's 1 or 2 bot lane, then you're going to have an advantage when you're trying to siege this tower. So you always just want to push your lane up and get something. So push up, get dragon, back. Try middle. Middle doesn't work. Okay, go back down. Push up. Try middle again. And just keep working it like that until you get all of this. And then start warding up their jungle area. And then you can start maybe trying to make some picks with Vayne and Warwick. Like when they try to go get their red, when that's going to spawn, you can just hang out in this bush. When they come to get it, kill them. Go get another tower. So I think you just need to just start thinking, be proactive. Like, don't just be an observer. In these types of games. I know it's easy as Janna just to, you know, kind of chill because you're going to scale very well. But be proactive. Start calling shots. Start making plays. Always try to be productive with your time. You can't let people just wander around because they're going to make bad plays. They're going to die. They're going to rage. Stuff like that. Like we saw with Warwick, he didn't have a purpose. No one was telling him what to do. So he got golems. He got raptors. Then he tried to make a play middle. Got killed, and then he got mad, and then he was trolling Lux for the rest of the game by taking all of her blue buffs because he didn't realize that she couldn't do anything to help him, and he made a bad call. So you don't want people to make their own decisions. Like, you need to make the decisions for them. Like, not in, like, you know, commandeering or, like, a mean way, right? But you need to tell people, you know, direct them, shot call. Give them something to do so they stay out of trouble, right? What is that old, like Southern saying, idle hands are the devil's playthings or something like that. So you want to make sure that your team has something to do. And I think a lot of that would have started with getting that dragon. Okay, so shot call more in direct team. That's what I just talked about, so I'll write it down. Okay, I talked about this a lot, but so don't cluster up. Don't be close to other priority targets. Like I said earlier, if they want to like Malphite flash ult you, fine, so be it. But it has to be just on you, right? Like it can't be on Vayne, it can't be on Lux, it can't be on Warwick. They have to just specifically focus you out. That's what you want them to do. You want them to have to choose. Do I use my resources on Vayne or do I use them on the Janna? It can't be both. Like that one catastrophic ult near inhibitor, like they got to hit both of you with all of their ults. That can't happen. It has to be one or the other. And if they go for Vayne, you have a lot of tools to help her, right? Like you can drop, like if you just drop Redemption, pop shield on her, lock it, and then channel your ult, that'll probably get her through almost anything at that point. But if you're chain CC'd like you were, you can't do a lot of that stuff. Like you did pop lock it, you did try to ult, but it was too late, and you didn't get Redemption in there. So, you know, just make sure you're not clustered up and play further back in general behind your ADC. Not only to keep yourself safe, but to help your ADC kite backwards. And then just in general, so you were buying the pink wards, and I like that. But step 2 is put them down, you know, use them on the map. And I'm guilty of not always dropping them as much as I should too. So, you know, I'm not completely immune to this criticism, right? But, or this, not really criticism, but suggestion, right? That you should be using more wards. So, you know, if you want to siege metal at the end, even though both inhibitors are down, so be it. I don't recommend that. I think that baiting this Baron would have been a better call, because they're going to have to send a couple people at Cannon, and they're going to have to, like, keep 1 or 2 people here. So I think you could have picked off, like, the Leona trying to go ward this or something by herself. But if you're going to make that play, just ward here, and that makes sure that, you know, Malphite doesn't TP here on a ward or something and come in and flank you, or Hecarim doesn't, like, come running through here to flank you, or running around here. Like, just get vision of this. Just here, and then you can, like, pink this bush or pink this bush to try to shut out vision. Yeah, just constantly ward everywhere you go. You know, if you have wards in your inventory and a fight's breaking out, just start warding. So for instance, like if you have 3 wards in your inventory and a fight's breaking out here, just in between doing your spells and positioning, is drop wards everywhere. Drop a ward here, drop a ward here, drop a ward over here. Like, just drop wards in a fight. Anywhere an enemy could be hiding and like shooting people behind ledges and stuff, just start dropping wards. Or if someone flashes behind a wall or something, drop a ward immediately on the other side of it. So that's one thing that I've learned, is sometimes when I'm like rotating, I won't drop wards. I'll just focus on rotating. So like, for example, if you kill the tier 2 here and you're running up to Baron, drop wards on the way. As I think I described there, like you drop one here so you can see if they're coming up lane and where they're going. Drop one here so you can see if they still keep going here. Here. So you can see behind this ledge, and then just like a pink here. Or alternatively, you could just keep running and just drop one here, here, and like maybe in this bush, and then a pink one here. And then you have this whole area warded up. So just constantly, even when you're running and like rotating and stuff, drop wards. Like if you're rotating down here to this tier 2 tower and you're, you know, walking through the red area, like let's say this inhibitor's down and you're trying to rotate down to here, just as you're running through here, you know, just drop a ward here, here, and here as you're going through. Just constantly like try to keep vision everywhere you're going. Whenever you're setting up a siege or you're trying to gank something or anywhere, you should always just have a trail of wards that follow you around. And don't be afraid to use those pink wards aggressively, and then you can always replace them later. So if you're like completely out of wards and you're like trying to siege this right here and you're worried that you might get flanked, just drop a pink ward right here. You know, yeah, they're probably going to find it and kill it at some point, but you need that immediate vision. Or if you're trying to siege this right here, you know, and you're too scared to ward this bush, just drop a pink ward over this wall right here. You know, you can drop pinks in very conspicuous places, even if they kill it later. It doesn't matter that much. Like the key thing is you need vision when you're trying to make these plays so that you don't get flanked, especially by Hecarim and Malphite. They didn't do a great job of doing that. I don't think Malphite teleported behind you once for a flank ultimate. I don't really think Hecarim did either. They weren't really using their comp the way they should have, but other teams will. So you need to be ready for that eventuality. Okay, and that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Now, TX Maverick is a member. He does come out to Members Night on Tuesday. If you would like to become a member as well, it's a new system I've been doing where I play normal games with members. It's a ton of fun. I play a variety of champions that I don't play on normal streams, and I play with members, so it's a good way to build the community, have a great time. It's just $5 a month, and you get 10% off of donation services. So if you want to get a coaching session of your own, it would only be $18 if you're a member. So become a member, get a coaching session. It'd basically be $3 for a coaching session. So that's a pretty good deal for your first one. You get free access to games on viewer night, which is great. Come out and play on Tuesdays. You get to vote on champions that I play. I have a straw poll every week. So if you want to see your favorite champion played at some point during the week, you can vote on it. There's a high probability I'll play it. And then when Warhammer 2 comes out, you can also vote on the kinds of episodes that I play there if you want. If you're interested, you can just email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com if you have any questions. If you want to sign up, there's a link right here. You just click on it. I run it through PayPal. There's no sign-ups. There's no contracts. There's no cancellation fees. None of that. I just run it through PayPal just for bookkeeping, basically. Just so that I can keep track of, how many members I have and all of that kind of stuff. So just run it through PayPal. It's basically like a Twitch subscription, but you get a lot more for it. So instead of just getting a little emote or something, I actually do interact with people. I play with members. We've got that private Discord. I give discounts on coaching sessions, all that stuff that I talked about. So I think that's much more valuable, at least to me, than like a Twitch sub. So I'm trying to give people something like a Twitch sub with more benefits. So that was kind of the goal of why I designed the member system, is to be able to offer these kinds of premium experiences on the channel at a really reasonable rate for people, because I can't do all that stuff for 10,000 people. I can't have 10,000 plus people on Discord. I can't play with 10,000 plus people every Tuesday, that type of thing. So it's just a way of rewarding people who are helping to support the channel. If you would like a coaching session yourself, you also email me at thestrategyprofessor@gmail.com. I'll let you know how to send me that replay. If you want to watch more coaching sessions, I have the playlist linked for you right here. If you want an in-depth Janna guide, I've got that linked as well. And if you want to know about other champions that I have guides for, such as Zyra, Rakan, Karma, Tom Kench, then I've got those guides linked as well. So lots of good resources on the channel. And that's going to be it. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again, TX Maverick. I really appreciate it. And I'll see everybody next time. Have a good day.